So Bassem Youssef, amazing comedian, hilarious, amazing Palestinian advocate, completely destroyed, eviscerated Jonathon Conricus. Let's get straight into it. I don't want to comment too much. Let's enjoy the destroying of Conricus.
Do you know how difficult it is for an Israeli to believe that Gazans are starving when I see in social media that there are open hotels, that the markets have fresh produce, and that I know the amount of food that is coming into the Gaza Strip? So
I've not seen any of this.
Allow me to question and doubt everything what you say. Yeah, Habibi, allow me to question and doubt everything that you say, Mr. Comedian Bassem. And because you don't have standing, you don't have knowledge, you're outdated, you're repeating. I'll give you credit for saying catchy things and sound bites. You do that very well. But in terms of actually knowing what's going on in Gaza, you have no clue. You're a complete uneducated person who is just regurgitating monologues and catchy names and popular culture.
Always projection.
You don't think that branding Gazans a bunch of fat people who aren't starving, you think that's not a catchy little phrase
this is the
to get
funniest
attention?
shit I've ever heard.
I mean, come on.
Like,
really, Jonathan? You're reduced to saying that all Gazans are so overfed, they're all fat. Come on, man.
Send them treadmills and pelotons.
Piers, the only really skinny people that I've seen in Gaza, you know who they were? They were Israeli hostages that were starved by Hamas. They are the only skinny people, malnourished and tortured people that I've seen coming out of Gaza. They are the only ones that have been really malnourished. All the other ones that I've seen, and believe me, I have watched hours and hours of footage of Gaza that none of you have taken the time to watch, and I've seen a lot of healthy and some of them, yes, overweight.
To verify whether there are actually any starving people in Gaza. Why don't you, if you're so right and all the Gazans are incredibly fat...
They literally live in a different reality. And also you need someone like Bassem just to completely destroy them. Like, this is the only way you deal with fascists is to mock them.
From all the extra food they've been eating.
No, that's not what I said.
You did, actually.
Piers, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that. I said that I've seen
and we can analyse just how many fat people in Gaza there are who've been overfed in the last few months.
And we can analyse how many times UN organizations have weathered
the thing is, Jonathan, you can say what the hell you like, but we can't verify it, can we? You won't let journalists get in to verify it.
I'll say it now. I'll say it now a fourth time, Piers. I will invite you personally. I am inviting you personally a fourth time, and I've said it, I think 3 or 4 months ago when I was before that on your show. I said, Piers, I agree that you should be able to get access to it because you have been campaigning.
And you would let me go anywhere in Gaza? Or would I have to be directed to where you want me to see? I would accompany you and make sure that you would get access. Yes. Yeah. No, I would make sure that you get in and that you get the opportunity to speak with Palestinians. Yes. All right.
I think that you would have a good opportunity to do it.
I was promised
Bassem, your response.
I've spoken for 3 minutes or even less, and the rest you've spoken. This is unfair. Like, come on, guys.
Well, you had equal time until that last exchange where I was arguing with him. So now you can respond, Bassem.
So first of all, Israel is known, they have broken more international laws than Diddy has violated young rappers, right? This is bullshit, right? This is the problem with debating with pathological liars than him. It's like trying to nail jelly to the wall. It's messy, it's pointless, and everybody watching knows that you're wasting your time. Pathological liars don't argue with you. They argue to exhaust you, right? The whole point is to drag you into pointless and a maze of circular logic that you either give up or you lose your temper, right? You present evidence, they question the source. You give them the sources are biased. You show them video footage, the footage is taken out of context. You give them the context, it's complicated. For them, truth is not a destination. Truth is a moving target, right? Everything can be always debated, including gravity, right? Reality for them is another opinion. War crimes becomes allegation, genocide becomes a conflict, dead children becomes casualties in a very sad, complex situation. Words have no meaning anymore, right? So they do all of that while maintaining this calm, reasonable demeanor, like him. He has like a resting genocide face. Like, it's like crazy, right? They're here to waste time while people die. So you don't debate with pathological liars. You diagnose them, right? So, because this is a problem, and also
yes, massively. Fascism is a mental illness. It's an anti-empiricist mental illness. They don't care about facts. They don't care about truth. It's all lies. That's all he has. Like, to suggest that people in Gaza are fat is just overfed is insane.
That's what I've been hearing. I just want to ask, like, do you practice in the mirror this victim voice? Like, because you just sounded as if the most powerful nuclear power in the region are hiding under the bed like a small puppy. This is crazy. And also, let's talk about journalists. How many times Israel killed journalists? And then it's like, it didn't happen. It wasn't us. No, it was us. But it's an accident.
Let's talk about journalists, Bassem. Yeah, let's talk about journalists, by all means.
Don't interrupt me. Basha, don't interrupt me. Halas? Like, it's not us.
Let's talk about journalists.
He won't be able to, though. He says that, but he won't be able to talk about the numbers of journalists killed. He'll just deny it, deflect.
Indeed, about Hamas.
Let's talk about... shut up. I didn't interrupt you. Shut the fuck up. Halas? So anyways, like, you have like
don't
journalists.
Tell me to shut the fuck up.
Why not? That's how you've got to treat these people. You can't treat them like they're given arguments. This is how you have to treat them. I'm sorry, there's no other way. Like, shut the fuck up. Perfect.
Don't use that language with me, Mr.
And
Bassem.
they have...
Don't use that language with me.
That language, and you're killing people. Malish, I'm so sorry if my language is hurting your feeling. Again,
Malish, don't use that language with me. Try to keep it civilized. Do it for a second. Try to keep it civilized.
Civilized. Okay, Habibi, mesh.
Again, the fascists always want a tone police. They always want to play the victim. It's always the victim. You're committing a genocide, but oh yes, he tells you to shut the fuck up. Oh, he's the mean one. Anyways,
like, let's talk about journalists. Let's talk about journalists. How many times they kill journalists? All right, and how many times they denied it? Then say, like, it's Hamas. Like, it was not us. It was a mistake. Oh, we will investigate. And let's talk about journalists back. Let's talk about Asa Winstanley, a British journalist in London. His house was raided by British police for writing and exposing Israeli war crimes, for exposing their claims on October 7th, for exposing the rape hoax. He debunked the rape hoax. He exposed the Hannibal Directive. This is a guy sitting in London talking about a foreign country, and he was raided by British police. So I want to ask everybody who cares about freedom of expression, including you, Piers, like, shouldn't you be worried that one of your nationals, a British journalist, he shares your same profession, to be raided by London police and his equipment taken away for writing about a foreign country? What does this tell you about England? What does this tell you about Israel? What does it tell you about the so-called freedom of expression in the West? Right? So this is the problem. Like, this is the problem of dealing with people.
So let me ask you a question, Bassem. Let me ask you a question, because I've given Jonathon a hard time. I think he's deserved it after some of the things he said. And let me give you a different type of question. The Israelis say, and have said from the start, all that has to happen is Hamas release the remaining hostages. And they have steadfastly refused to release the people that they kidnapped on October the 7th, 2023. Why don't they release the hostages? And do you condemn them for not releasing them?
You see, this is the problem.
Is that going hard on him, Piers? Really? Do you condemn Hamas? Seriously?
Your voice is annoying. Stop. Your voice is...
We've never heard that before. Do you condemn Hamas? I've never heard that question before.
It's yours, but that's okay.
Maybe.
But I manage.
I know, but you know what? People pay to come to my shows. They won't pay to come to yours. Anyways, so here's the...
I'm not going to go into a pissing contest with who's a better comedian.
Because you will lose.
You can have that title. You can be a satirican.
You will definitely lose.
Answer my question.
Okay, so here's the thing. Let's talk about credibility. Now, this is what Israel claims. Why would I believe anything that Israel says?
Piers, did you ask him a question, or is this another monologue?
Yeah, I do want an answer to the question, Bassem. I think that's only fair, right? I mean, it's a very straightforward question.
I'm telling you, this is Israel claims. Why do I believe a liar? Israel has lost its... Israel has...
Well, you don't dispute there are still hostages, do you? Or do you?
Yeah. These negotiations have fallen many times within the government because people inside the Netanyahu government didn't went through...
Yeah, but that wasn't the question I asked you.
You have testimonies from...
But hang on, Bassem, that wasn't the question I asked you. I simply said, why haven't they released the hostages? And do you?
Well, you can ask Hamas
well,
for
hang
this
on.
because I'm not a Hamas
Let me
representative.
remind you. And do you condemn Hamas for not releasing them?
Oh my God. Do you condemn Hamas? Yes, I condemn Hamas. This is great. Even if they have hostages, even if Hamas was a vampire sucking baby's blood, what is happening there is not justifiable. You do not destroy a whole population.
That's a different question. It's a different question. Bassem, that's a different question. And I agree with you. By the way, Bassem, I actually agree with you, but my question is very simple. Should Hamas release the hostages, and does the fact they keep refusing to, do you condemn that? A simple question.
Yes. Well, here's the thing. Hamas have agreed to, again, I'm not a Hamas representative. I cannot speak for them. But we all know that Hamas has agreed. When Israel comes, no. Israel has sabotaged this deal many times based on testimonies from inside the Israeli government and from the family of the hostages. Israel is the one that's been sabotaging this.
But answer my questions.
I'm answering your questions.
You're not.
It's not that because Israel has sabotaged.
Should they release the hostages, and do you condemn them for not releasing them?
Of course they should. Of course they should.
And do you condemn them for taking the hostages and not releasing them?
I condemn Hamas.
Of course he does.
For not releasing the country, and I condemn Israel for keeping more than 25,000 hostages in Israel. Half of them is women and children. Right?
They don't talk about that. That's the thing. It's do you condemn Israel? Do you condemn their hostages? They never talk about that. Right, we'll end there because, again, it's the same old question. Do you condemn Hamas? Never do you condemn Israel, who are literally stopping any deal. How many hostages are still alive? The shit that's going on between Iran and Israel, how is that going to escalate? Who knows? Either way, I'll see you in the next video.